Okay, folks, we have just been asked to move all of our winter finals online, so this is the quickest and dirtiest version of converting a paper test to a Blackboard test that I can create. And you'll see that we're starting here in Microsoft Word, and this is formatted specifically to mimic what you might see in an existing paper test where it has headers and things are formatted and indented really nicely. And basically, in order to get this to work properly, you want to wipe out all the formatting. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to actually take my questions out to Microsoft Word and I'm going to put them into a program like Notepad, which has no background formatting. So I'm just going to copy and paste. So let's go ahead and do that. So that's just a right-click copy, right-click paste, and I'm just going to separate my questions out here really quickly, but you can kind of see all the fancy indenting is gone. Now, in order to indicate which answers are correct within a test, you need to put an asterisk next to the correct answer. There's not a fast way to do this. I'm sorry. That's why my example test only has 5 questions. But once you have indicated your correct answers, go ahead and save the file and make sure that it is saved as a .txt. If you're using Notepad, that should be the default. Then go ahead and spring up Respondus. Then click Import Questions, browse for that text file that you found, click Open. You'll need to give the file a name. This should be descriptive of whatever test you're making. And then there is an option to use STEM questions. I find that useful. The STEM can be anything, but it prevents duplication. Then hit Preview, make sure there are no warnings in your file, and if there are none, click Finish. So what this is going to do is it's going to save the test file in Respondus, and you'll actually see a preview of the questions. Now, mine were 4 multiple choice plus 1 true false. Those are the questions that Respondus handles best, although you can actually add essay, short answer, matching, that kind of thing if you are comfortable doing that. I think it's a little easier to add those in Blackboard after the fact. Next, we're going to go to Preview and Publish up at the top, and we're going to hit Publish. Hit the Publish wizard, and you'll see up at the top that it's going to ask you what kind of publishing you want to do. So in the past, we've been able to push directly into Blackboard. There were some issues with the Respondus software earlier this year that prevented us from doing that really reliably. So what you'll actually want to do is save the test to a file, and then we're going to upload it into Blackboard as a zip file. So you'll see here I'm selecting Save as File, and then it's going to prompt me to save a file with the same name as my test with a .zip extension somewhere on my computer, in this case my desktop. So I'm saving that. You can select whether you want to save it as a pool or a test. In this case, I'm going to save it as a test. If your final exam has anything like random blocks that you want to apply or something of that nature, if you're mixing and matching tests from different pools, then you're going to want to select pool, and then you can actually do that customization on the Blackboard side. If it is just a test as written and it's ready to go as a single test, then you can go ahead and select test, and it's one less step. So here I am in my Blackboard course, and I'm going to go down into the course management menu, expand course tools, and go to tests, surveys, and pools. If I select tests because I chose a test, if I chose pool, I'd go to pool. Then I'm going to click import. And import is going to let me browse my computer. We're looking for the zip file that we just created and saved, and I'm going to click submit. And it's going to import my test for me. If I click OK, here I am looking at my tests, and here's the test that I just made and just uploaded, and here are all my questions. And you can do all of the editing and tweaking that you need to do here. Like I said, I think it's a little easier to add more complex questions or questions with images, things of that nature, in the Blackboard test canvas side of things versus in Respondus. But it is a really quick way to convert things like true, false, multiple choice, multiple answer into Blackboard.